prophecies flow in the darkness. Let my courage show. Oceans buried deep within, sands will swirl where life begins. Voices from the past will guide in the desert, nowhere to hide. Empires rise and empires fall. In the spice I hear them call. Through a trail and through faith I will carve my path. Embrace my fate. Sands of Arrakis, call my name. In your endless ways I'll stake my claim. Destiny's thread weaves through time and space. Among the shrines I now erase. The shrines I now embrace. Among the grace. Oh, sands of Arrakis, call my name. In your endless ways I'll stake my claim. Destiny's thread weaves through time and space. Among the tribes I now embrace. Oh, shadow beneath the sands, ancient power in your hands. Where the strider prophecies flow in the darkness, let my courage show. Oh, oceans buried deep within, sands will swirl where life begins. Voices from the past will guide in the desert, nowhere to hide. Shadow beneath the sands, ancient power in your hands. Rivers dry where prophecies flow in the darkness, let my courage show. In the desert, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, that's right. We are back. We are back. We are back. And we are going to play a little bit of a snippet tonight of the welcome back to the channel, everyone. Yeah, hey, this is a weekday stream. Promise if I start doing these. A weekday stream, man. I don't think I've ever done one yet before. Maybe I did a few. So, if you don't know, a couple things, right? If you're not tracking yet, we got beta weekend coming up next weekend, 9th through 12th. If you guys haven't gone on Steam yet and requested your access to it, I would do that. And then also, I'm supposed to be getting keys. I don't know how many. I don't know the details yet. They mentioned that on the stream, I think, today. We're going to see if they mention that. Tonight, number 10, you just got here. I didn't start nothing yet. Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. I was at work all day. I saw that was going on. I think I went on my phone and for a second at work, but then I had to put it away and go and do work. But so you guys might have seen it already. I haven't seen any of this yet. So I guess we're about to start it right now. We're gonna jump straight into this, guys. Because I think I'm only do this for about an hour and a half. I can't go past 11, guys. So my time. So I was gonna do about an hour, 15 minutes of it, and then tomorrow night we'll do the rest. But because I have work tomorrow still. But we're gonna kick straight into it, guys. We're gonna kick straight into this.
Hi, hello, and welcome to our third Dune Awakening stream here live from our offices in Oslo. I'm Natasha Rösli, Senior Global PR Manager here at Funcom, and I'm going to be your host for tonight. I'm very excited because we have lots of things to go over. But first, let's talk beta. We have, if you haven't heard it, we have a large-scale beta coming up from the 9th to the 12th of May. And you have several opportunities to get a key for that beta. First, you can request access to that beta on our Dune Awakening Steam page. You can also go to our website and request beta access from the website directly, or you should keep an eye on your favorite streamer, content creator, because they might have gift keys to give away as well. Last but not least, we will have
Sound good for you guys?
A global broadcast
for me.
from PAX East and from London, actually, on the 10th of May. And you will also have the opportunity to get some keys during that specific broadcast. So there's many opportunities. Make sure to try one or several of them to get higher chances at a key. With that out of the way, what the segments that we have coming up today are the following. We will be talking about building. We will also be talking about narrative and story. We will also be talking about the Landsrat and the exchange. We will also have a contest for the building segment. And during our Q&A, we also will have a raffle where we give away some special edition for the game. So stay tuned for that as well. As always, remember, we will be collecting questions during the stream. Our community team will collecting questions, and those should be in relations to what we actually discuss, to the segments that we're discussing. Yes, I think that's pretty much everything. So before we dive into the building segment, let's watch a brand new video.
Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
A terrible sandstorm is building. The only hope for survival is to take shelter, and quickly. On Arrakis, exposure to the raw, unbridled elements is death.
We all know what happens to the storm. Remember when it got me on the bike?
But walls alone will not save you from the maelstrom. You need power and the engineering of Cho to raise a protective shield against the storm. Without such protection, even the strongest walls will erode and fail in time, as will anything left in the open.
That happened to me.
Your exposed vehicle is beyond repair, but a lesson is learned.
I didn't walk though, I fixed the bike, remember?
You need better protection against the dangers of Arrakis. It's time to upgrade your base. Base construction and expansion can be done alone or together with others. With Solido projections, building as a group is easy.
That boy
To
good.
further customize your base, you must align yourself with one of the warring great houses, displaying your allegiance through their unique architecture. The Atreides welcome your aid. Swear your fealty to the Atreides and rise to greatness on Arrakis. Your base serves
Man, look at that big
as a
ornithopter.
reflection of both your influence and your allegiance to a
I
faction.
want that one.
The safety provided by your base allows you to craft powerful new tools, technologies,
Yeah,
and vehicles.
Muso. I fixed
we're
it that.
crafting
Remember
a
when I was doing that
ground
live
car.
on Friday? I ended up
Once
fixing that bike.
each part of your vehicle is assembled,
I don't know if you stuck
can
around for
install
that, but I did.
modules
I fixed
to
it.
enhance its specialization further and customize its appearance. By
I don't know
aligning
if
with
we're
the
all gonna
Atreides,
have.
you
If
have
we're in a
earned the
guild,
option
I gotta
to
figure out.
craft
Do we all
their
have to pick the same legions? Probably not.
faction-specific ground
Probably do an
car.
Atreides.
Sector when you're elected.
Well, I'm a Harkonnen, so I might be.
On the horizon,
Well, my character has a
another
backstory I made up,
sandstorm
like a fake fan
but this
fiction
time,
story I
you
have for
are
my character.
prepared.
I've been like kind of writing.
Your base is equipped with powerful shields for protection, and a custom-built garage that will keep all your vehicles safe from the raging storm. The shields are vital, but they come with a cost. With a construction of this size, the Emperor demands a tax to
I
keep your
see.
base running. You will construct grand bases. And in Dune Awakening, you will have the option to share them with others if you choose.
Building copied.
All your creations can be recorded as blueprints. These can be shared with allies, or even bought and sold on the exchange.
Damn.
Anyone holding a blueprint can
That's a huge
instantly
base.
place a projection of the entire building and construct an exact copy for themselves. Dune Awakening's building system allows for limitless creativity. Build your foundations strong, for your walls must stand against the unfathomable forces of Arrakis. Your Arrakis.
I want to build a big base like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. For our guild. She's back.
Welcome back. I have now two very exciting guests with me to talk about the building and actually quite a few things that we've seen in the video a little bit in more detail. Welcome, you two. So on my side here, I have Leo Welter, who some of you might recognize we had on stream earlier with Joel in one of our segments. Would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Yes, I'm Leo. I'm a lead game designer on Dune Awakening, and I'm responsible for building and social systems.
Yes, and then we have a new face on the stream on the side there, Tor Egil Andersen, also known as Mr. Legendary Tor Egil for some on the Discord, because he's actually the one who does all the magic for when you see buildings in like marketing material, in videos or on screenshots, that's basically the person who makes them. He's absolutely amazing when it comes to building, so it's definitely a good person to talk to us about building today. Welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, I'm Tor Egil. I've been with Funcom since 2011, and I'm the senior content manager on the marketing team. So usually when you see something built or you see videos or images, I'm usually involved in some way.
Absolutely. Like I said, magic. So when we talk building system, we should probably also talk about what is the goal with the building system and kind of how does it differ from, let's say, Colony Excels, for example. Leo.
Yeah, so for the building system, two things we really wanted to
Oh yeah, the ornithopter, the Harkonnen ornithopter, Moon Musu.
To retain the freedom.
I don't think I've decided yet. It does look good though.
Right? So you can build quite a lot without restriction, but on the other hand, we also wanted to make sure that building worked on another level of persistence that we have in Dune Awakening, right? So some restrictions were necessary there. So we wanted to make sure that those two things worked hand in hand.
Yeah, because you have a seamless world and it's very heavy on your system as well otherwise. Yeah. I think when it comes to quality of life improvements, is there anything that you feel we learned from Colony Excels that goes into Dune Awakening?
So the building system in Colony Excels evolved through many, many years, and that also taught us much for Dune Awakening. So I felt we've taken those learnings and put them in here, and so it's a bit of an evolvement of the Colony Excels building system, but it's also it allows us to basically take those learnings, but also expand the system with especially more unique building pieces, more unique styles, and make it flow easily as you build. So now Colony Excels is unique in that it has through 8 years been adding dozens of building sets. So we're not there yet on Dune Awakening, obviously, but we have 4 at launch, and we're going to keep adding as we go on.
And of course, one of the differences that was mentioned is the land claim and the sub-fief basically that you place down. I think we should just jump into the game and actually show what that looks like.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's do that.
So then, you're not quite dead.
We can just start explaining what we're going to do, right? So we're basically going to build a base together with...
Hey,
Okay, now
Matthew,
we see.
played the wrong
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we have two ground cars out here, and we're looking for a spot to build our base.
Yeah, and then we see Camille waving for us.
Yeah. So the way we start with that is we find a good spot, and then we start by placing our sub-fief console, which is how we claim a piece of land.
One thing to keep in mind there is that you see these outlines, and you can see where there's red, there is a point of interest, NPC camp, something like that, so you cannot build there. But the other places you can build. So we're gonna place this.
Oh, that's
At the
that's
moment,
cool.
I
It
have
tells
the
you
starting sub-fief console, which
it's
is
red.
basically just in Haga Basin
there's
South.
something there important. You can
you
even
wanna talk
use
about
that
the
as like a
differences,
sensor
Leon?
in a weird cheat way.
So
maybe.
later on in progression,
Find out where
you'll
stuff is.
unlock the advanced sub-fief console, which can claim a larger piece of land, which is the one you can see here. And that one can also be expanded to an even greater area. Or it can be expanded vertically as well, if you want to do that. All right, so now that we have the sub-fief console here, what you can do is add the other player here to its permission list, and that will give them access to it as well. So now they're an associate, you can elevate them to co-owner level of permission, and they'll give them increased rights to perform various activities on the base. Now, this is the base management screen, as we call it, and here you can see details such as the name of the base up in the left corner, which can be changed as well. You can see that there, set it to whatever name you like, and then you can choose if it's your respawn location or not. You see some stats about the base there, the area and the number of objects of various categories against the current cap. And the cap that you see there is also expanded when you expand the base. And then you have some shield status information as well there. And the base shields, once they're up, they will protect your base against storm damage.
Yeah, this is crucial in Dune,
Yeah.
to have your shields active. Otherwise, your base will start deteriorating.
Also,
Yeah.
we see a tax area there as well, of
Yeah.
course, for the
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah, so the advanced sub-fief console is taxed on a cycle, and
Oh, thanks.
if
I'm
you
getting some
don't,
gifts on
end up
TikTok.
paying that, then you'll lose your shield privileges, which will mean that the base will start taking damage.
It's like the
And that's
base,
sort of a maintenance cost for it.
right? And also, like the base sub-fief is not taxed.
No, the first sub-fief is not taxed, so only when you progress further into the game.
Right now, I'm claiming more land, which is something you can do with the advanced sub-fief console. So I'm gonna claim this land, and as we play, Camille is also gonna claim some more. You can keep advancing, expanding your base.
Nice. It looks like I fixed my
until you have 6 land
Twitch
chains.
followers
So it's quite a
notification.
big area.
Yeah.
It's not infinite, obviously, but it's still quite big.
Yeah, you have the staking unit working
Nice.
over there, right?
Yeah,
And
I was
the
tweaking
more
on it.
segments you've claimed
a
the
couple
longer
days
this
ago, and
will
I don't know
take,
if it
right?
actually
And
had
if
worked. It
this
looks
was
like
a
it does.
PvP area. This is a process that can be fought over, right?
Yeah, you see you have a countdown here. And Camille has started to build here, so we can build our base together.
Thanks
It's
for
a
that
good
follow.
thing in the game here. Just
Thanks
let
for
me
the
just
follow.
show you the basics of building here.
I think it's also important to mention that you can claim
Appreciate
not
it.
just
I need all the help I can get on
vertically, but
here.
also horizontally, right?
Yeah, you can expand in
Yes.
in either dimension, right? So you can.
And that's a very good point, because you can keep on building high. Like you can build super cool bases on top of these peaks, find a nice elevated place, and just build a cool base. And we're gonna see examples of that,
Yes.
later.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have to expand horizontally if you don't want to. You could expand.
I don't know if everyone
vertically
saw
and
that.
get,
Maybe only Twitch saw that. I
what you need in
I
terms
don't
of
know for
caps
sure.
from that as
I
well.
gotta go back and look.
Yeah, and here Camille has placed some projections, so we can fill these. So you can just design your base and let others help construct it.
Yeah, those projections are also useful for planning out your design if you don't have enough resources available.
And also we see you like put out foundations first here to kind of have some stability going.
Yeah, that's where the stability comes from, the foundations, and
Oh,
from that
YouTube
point, you
YouTube sees
can
that too.
expand further with walls and other structures.
So an important thing your base is going to need.
So
is
now I
power,
gotta
as we
customize
talked
that
about,
to make it
power
more how I
shields.
like it, the
I'm
sound
gonna
and
place a
the
generator here.
picture. I just kind of
Now, you
stuck
can't
something
get
in there
power
to
from
see if
nothing.
to test
you
it.
have to have
Now I want to
fuel
make a
for it.
custom Dune-related thing.
But,
I'm gonna work on that
we
this
have
week
a
then.
bit here, so I'm going to add the fuel.
Also, I just want to mention that we're actually cheating here a little bit. So we have dehydration off, and we also don't have sunstroke.
Yeah.
So just so you know, just so makes it easier for us to actually show all
Yeah.
the things that we want to
You
show.
can focus on building here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And here you can see the shields are now active.
Yeah, you can see it on the generator there, and
Yeah.
on the subthief console effect that you have underneath there.
So, and you can move things you placed. You can't move building pieces, but you can move your placeables. And you can also easily, you can see here on my right side, I can control what I want to do. Piece picker, repair, move, demolish, or build.
Now I gotta
And
figure
this
out
is
if that was on
very handy, and you can just,
Twitch
on
or
a
if that was
mouse keyboard,
on
you can just
YouTube.
swap between it with a right click. So with piece picker, you can easily pick the piece you want. And now you have it selected.
Yeah, that's how we allow you
So-
to do most building-related activities just with the use of one tool.
And demolish, the moment you remove a piece, you get full refund on the.
I'll get it sorted out.
Which I personally love.
Yeah,
Because it just makes it like
Prince
so you don't
Yuri,
make
yeah,
mistakes and
yeah.
you get like punished for it, or if
It's
you
not
don't
a
like
disaster
something.
if
I
you
love
make a
that.
mistake,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and also we've now put down some storage chests, as you can see, which is very cool as well because you can actually craft but also build straight out of those
Yeah.
storage chests.
Yes, it will automatically take the resources you have.
Yeah, as long, of course, as you do have those resources collected, as you have them available. And talking about that, we have Camille, who is now also going out to harvest some resources for us. We actually have enough to build and show some more things. So he's on the way to collect some granite.
here you can see another building set being used as well.
Yeah. I started dipping into the Chom foundation here. So at the moment we have the starter building set is the Chom shelter.
Okay, and now we are actually switching over to Camille.
Yeah.
Yes. So we actually do see him.
Oh, you're doing
driving a mining buggy.
basketball stuff?
Out looking for some resources.
Yes.
So let's see what we find.
Yes, you can see he has a mining turret on top there.
Yeah. So this is a more advanced version of mining, right? So you can drive around. You're looking for some resource node or some wreck that you want to mine from. And once you find something you like this node here, you can just jump into the turret and mine it for some resources. And this is a
Oh
lot
crap! I didn't know
more
you can mine from
effective
vehicles.
than doing it on foot.
Oh,
He's
that's
doing it
new.
on
I
his
didn't see
own
that
now,
before.
But of course, you can do it with a friend, so one
Yeah.
can drive and the other one because actually can use the
Yeah,
turret.
for sure.
Goes way faster.
And he's missing a bit there. I need to back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is cool if you have one driver and one miner.
yeah, it's
So
easier.
Oh
than-
damn,
yeah,
dude, that's
exactly.
badass.
Yeah. So that makes it a bit easier, but
There we
it
go.
is. It's possible.
So you
with
don't have to
one
scan
person.
it. You just go.
Yes, it's more efficient. You get more material that way as well.
Yeah.
So you mine some carbon here.
Oh, so I guess the buggies are important. Holy
Alright.
crap!
Now, are we heading back or looking for more resources? See what we find.
That's
He's
freaking.
driving in Jabal Afrit now,
Big
which
time
is
news,
above
dude. I didn't even know
the
that was a
rift.
thing.
So you can see there's a lot of elevation here. This is a cool place to build tall buildings. Or I like building buildings bases hanging out over ledges, for example, can be very fun.
Yeah, you can build up on those spires if you want to, and
Yeah, I think we can go back and do some more building.
Yes. Okay. So we were talking about the different building sets. Right now we're showing off the.
She's trying to be
Chom
the
sets.
mother and tell him to get back on track to build and
As
make.
I said, you
build
start
for the stream.
with, this one, Chom Shelter. the next one here is Chome Facility. These you can learn with just progressing, basically. But in addition, you have Atreides and Harkonnen building pieces. And for these, you got to align with one of the factions.
Yeah, so you progress from one to the other, and then you can pick one of the faction sets, and depending on which faction you align to.
So we're going to show much more of Harkonnen and
Moon Muso, yeah, I
and
bet you
Atreides
it's
later. I have ready-made bases to show from that.
the storage capacity
as you
definitely
can-
bigger
yeah,
than the bike.
so
I'm
now I
assuming.
didn't get the
Got to be.
angle right, so then you just demolish and you just build again. There you go. And in Dune Awakening, it's just, you can see we've added more and more, expanded from Conan Exiles. So there are basically building pieces for every slot. If you have a hole in your building, there is a piece for it.
So you actually expanded on the type
Yes.
of pieces that you can have while building.
Yeah, there are quite a lot
For
of piece
Conan Exiles.
varieties.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I quite like, for example, the half height. So you have half height walls. This will work well with the roofs, because some of them are not just flat. They are they build
If you're just now joining the channel, everyone, welcome to Twitch,
you can see
TikTok,
here.
or YouTube. We're just recapping Funcom's
One
video
more.
from earlier today, which they showcased the building in the game.
there.
There you go.
So you have basically a piece for every slot.
You may also note that if you're familiar with Exile's building, that the building pieces here are quite a bit bigger.
Yes,
Yeah.
that really helps with repetition. If you're building a base and you feel that the pieces just keep repeating and it becomes a bit boring, with the bigger pieces you get less of that. So it's more visually interesting.
Yeah, and it also helps when you're building a huge base, because you want to accommodate the vehicles that we see there, or
Yes.
even bigger vehicles that we have.
So right now I'm just mixing and matching a little bit here. So here you can see the second tier has different colors. The Harkonnen and Atreides building set are very different. They have very different colors and looks, and they have their own unique pieces. Chome here has some unique pieces as well. For example, like these ones, you can build these open areas, so you can basically build sort of little verandas. I
Welcome
would
to the
say.
stream, TikTok. Jay, welcome to the channel. We're just recapping what Funcom showed earlier about Dune Awakening, the building in the game. We're kind of recapping that from earlier today.
So we're going to look at them later also, but especially things like the gates are massive and iconic. So the Atreides gate, for example, has a huge hawk on it, while the Harkonnen one has a big face. So we're going to show them in bases later.
Yeah. The higher end pieces, or the higher end sets, also have quite a bit more pieces than the
Yes.
lower end sets.
Here you can see the Harkonnen walls, for example. We can just place one here now, just to take a quick
There's a
look.
wall in Camille there.
Yes.
It's quite a different style.
You see the style
Yes.
is completely
It's very different, yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and unique, right? Because this structure here will allow tons of creativity. Because you can make all sorts of shapes. You can put these on tops of your bases.
I'm not gonna lie, that
on the bottom.
Harkonnen style looks pimp.
And we'll see a lot of that in that the players have built
Yes, I
also
was just
later.
about to mention
Yeah, that
we'll
armor is
actually see
awesome.
that later on when we do show some buildings that our beta testers have built in the beta. So once you have your build, of course, you start to also add machinery, right? Like to really establish your base.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's lots to choose from here. For example, we have shown a little bit of power generation. We can place a wind turbine here. So this will allow us to get more power.
Yeah, it's the next level of progression from the generator that you saw. Generates a bit more efficient.
And here you can see there are different tiers, right? As you progress in the game, you will unlock these. And
They get big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they get really big. This is something really helpful in the game. This wind trap, it will help gather water for you. So it will automate survival a little bit. You don't have to go out hunt.
Oh,
for
we're gonna need
so
that
much
wind
water.
trap,
You
that's for
will
sure.
Be able to find it in your base, and it will fill cisterns that you can place also.
Yeah, it gets a bit more convenient to deal with the water pressure as you go along.
Of course, it gets more complicated as well because you have to make sure you have more power, you have enough power, and that they're all on the right circuit and all that. So the bigger you build, the more kind of management is also asked of you.
Right, there you have a fabricator. So this is the first one you'll get access to, and this one can be used
I think you might be right, Number Dan. It might be better. It might look better
from
the
different
Harkonnen
categories. So let's see how that looks.
Yeah, so we can just start making some, making a pistol, for example, and you can see it actually, you see it forming as it crafts. So, and of course you will be able to advance with different kinds of fabricators for different purposes. The biggest one is the huge vehicle fabricator here.
Yeah.
I have one in a big base we're going to look at later, but they're hard to
huge.
press. You need a lot of room.
Yeah, so this first one
Oh,
can be
sleeping
used to
nap.
craft
Imagine a
from
crew
many
of
different
buggies
categories, right?
deploying
As you
from
go
the base
deeper
with the
into
huge garage. Yeah, it'd be
into
awesome.
the technology, then you'll branch out and build more specific fabricators. For example, this one specialized for garments, and then you have other ones for weapons or vehicles, as you saw.
And as you craft, you're going to need more and more resources. So there are refineries, and for example, here we have spice refineries. Place one of them. The biggest one of them is gigantic. So you see
Now you ran out of power.
I went over my power limit, so now we need more power generation. So these are things you got to keep in mind as you build and as you expand.
You see that information on the subfief as well. You can actually
Yes.
check how much power is needed and
You can always go in here and see how you're doing. And you can refuel all your generators from here. So if you have a huge base, lots of land claimed, you have wind turbines all over the place, you can refuel them from this one.
very convenient.
Yeah.
Another thing that I love too is
Oh,
the
I didn't
fact
know that. That
I
is
think
crucial.
Peter mentioned it
Man, you're
earlier as
feeling
well,
from the
that you can
subfief.
craft from those storages that
Keep
you
that.
have
Remember
on
that,
the
guys. That's
Another thing
that's
I really
freaking
love, though,
crucial.
is the fact that you can actually move those chests without having to empty them first, which is something that I really appreciate.
That makes it a lot more convenient if you want to rearrange your base. You don't have to move items out of your chests before you move them.
It's a little quality of life thing that makes
helps
such
a
a
lot.
huge difference. Yeah, absolutely.
So here, place the next tier of wind trap. As long as you have a shielded base, all your placeables, your decorations, all your utilities, they are also shielded. So even if they are on the roof, they have protection.
We talked about the different building sets, of course. You mentioned factions and things that we have for right now. And from what I understand, we will also have, after release, we also have Twitch drops that will be giving you some new pieces. No, we want to spoil any more details about that.
Uh-oh,
but,
she's let it loose. They're going to have drops.
Opportunities for people.
I can say
to
I've been looking
Ooh,
at
I
the
wonder if I'm gonna have
together.
drops,
And they
guys.
look amazing, don't they? Yeah,
Genuinely.
okay.
Try to get some
Which
drops
is a
for
bit
you
mean
guys.
that we're saying that now without showing them, but they are actually
They're not
looking
far off,
very
though.
cool.
You know, they're
Very
gonna
cool.
come.
That's not that far off. That's
We'll
true.
see them
That's true.
soon, right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So I'm personally very excited about that too, and it looks very cool. That set, that specific set.
In addition to building pieces, there's a lot of decorations, obviously. Right now you can see decorations here from both Chom, Atreides and Harkonnen. We're going to show bases with rooms decorated with these.
Yep, that was Raptor.
soon. So
Hopefully I get
don't
some
worry,
drops
you're gonna
set
see
up on my
them- see
channel.
them all placed out.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how to
You
set
can
that
have
up like
wall
as a streamer.
decorations,
Gotta figure that out.
Carpets. So yeah, there's lots to look forward to here. Yeah, a unique and just remember the pieces will keep on coming.
Yes.
All right. Do we want to talk a little bit about copying bases?
Yeah, let's do that.
So in my inventory, I have a base copied already that I built before, and it is here. So it's in this replicator. So here you can see a base I've built. And as long as you have this item and you have enough land claim, you can now place out the projection of this base.
Yeah, so the way this works is that you can craft one of those Solido replicators, and with that you can then copy a design of a previous base and place it somewhere else. Or you can sell it to someone or give it to someone else.
Yes, we actually
Whatever
talk
you wanna
about
do
that
with
as well in one of the later segments. Exactly. Actually something that's very
So here you
important.
can see me placing the base I was just previewing. So first you gotta try and adjust it to find a spot, and once you place it you can then confirm. So now it is placed. Now I cannot see it anymore, but the moment I build my building tool up, I put it here, now I can see the outline of this
see the
base,
outlines,
and I can start filling in the pieces. Now, even if I copied it and I placed it out, you still need to place out the building pieces. Like you don't get them for free, right? You have to craft your base.
Yeah.
And this base is basically, the idea of it is that it's a forward operating base that could be very handy for the deep desert, because it has several places for shielded ornithopters, and basically a core structure that has a lot of room for crafting machines and stuff like that.
We can actually show that, because we have a video prepared for what it actually looks like once you have it completely built again.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll save you a lot of time
And
each
there
week.
it is.
Yeah.
And there it is. I mean, that's a
great looking
that's
base.
Torigil magic right there. Yeah. So it gives you an opportunity to see like all the things that you can do. You have like those different doors here that you can actually just fly in or drive through without having to open and close, even though they're like kind of you can't go in there if you don't have permission.
Shields there.
Pentashields, exactly. You also see the big wind traps on the side. Those are actually
Wind turbines.
wind turbines.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so here's the interesting part. You can build creatively just for beauty's sake, or you can build very, efficiently and just make a box. That's up to you. And here I sort of combined it a bit. I made it reasonably concise, square-shaped to be easier to place out. And but still, I've added a little bit of flourish here. You can see especially the Atreides pieces, the wings, which is a unique Atreides feature here, and the gate you see there. But it's of course functional for the deep desert with the ornithopters.
To the
and you have
access
room for them.
points, exactly, on the roof. And also like they lend itself really well to like kind of mirror like buildings, those specific pieces, which is very
and
cool.
you see those pentashields there, they fully protect you against the shields and protect against the storms. And they protect the vehicles against the storm damage as well.
So just make sure you have enough power and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can actually now switch again and check out some
Pretty cool. Those shields, you can
other
have them set up
faction
like
buildings.
Yes. So right now we've moved a little bit. I just got to get out of the sand here. I see the worm is prowling.
That's dangerous.
Yes. I'm close enough to land here.
You would
But,
that's close to the sand, though. Not gonna lie. So
It's risky.
yep.
So here I built a base with the two different chrome sets. So we're gonna get a better look at it. I'm gonna fly up and stuff later, but you can see a little bit of an outline here. You can see some banners, things like that. Buggy entrance here, and pentashield protects it. So we're gonna head in.
A lot of machinery going on there as well.
Yeah.
Refinery there.
Little picnic table in the middle. I like it. And here we have a nice resting area.
So here we have chrome decorations, which I really like. The walls here, the bed, and you can really, if you
Sorry,
want to.
70s, isn't it? Like a little bit, or is it? Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, you could say that.
Bit of a vibe.
Yeah. Quite like the bookshelves here. So you see, like, even if, Dune Awakening is, it focuses on survival, you have to, beware of the sandworm, the sandstorms, you can still do things like this. You can still be creative, you can still build if that's what you want to do. And here I'm playing around with elevation here inside, and you see that as we get outside also.
You gotta chill sometimes too, like. You gotta
exactly.
enjoy your spice tea and
Yes, and yes, because you can see there's lots of cutlery and cups and nice things, right? And you can just build this with your guild and have a nice time. It doesn't all have to be about maximizing profits and fighting.
Exactly.
Nice combination with the functional downstairs there, and then the sitting area
The
above.
social areas, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I
Okay.
agree.
So I'm gonna head up so that we can get a bit better look at.
And also really
the
nice to
space.
see the verticality here as well, like how you can build, like also like nicely built into the mountainside here.
Yes, and we'll see that as I get into the thopter here. So here we have a chome thopter. We're just going to take off and take a little look at the base here. So here you can see the combination of the two chome sets. You
The more
see-
sandy color for the basic one, and then the white one
Yeah,
for that one.
and they kind of I feel they really fit in with Dune here. The
Yeah.
style of them, you know.
Making use of the verticality here in this
Yes.
limited space, right?
Yes, exactly. And because this is an obvious thing in Dune Awakening that you may not think about, like you cannot build a base anywhere. If you build it out in the sand, it's
well,
gonna
you
get
can,
eaten.
but
It won't last long.
you can
No.
in like
The worm is going to have a great
practicality,
time.
but,
Yes.
yes.
So, and up here, for example, I have a chome assault thopter, which is a ornithopter, which is a little bit bigger than I have here. And yeah, so you can see you can build both functionally and, you know, if you want to.
Yeah,
play
Moon, so
around
yeah,
with-
I'm gonna go
with
back
building
and-
beautiful things, you can do that.
I know what the drops are. I just don't know. As a
so-
streamer, I've never been able to use them.
We've
So
got
I'm
now
assuming they're
built
going to
up
let me
this
get them.
base here. I built a little.
So I'll have to
veranda
figure that out.
actually.
Yeah, these.
Nice to
Like
see
a little-
those
yeah.
prudence doors.
Yeah, it's probably
glowing
some
there in the
option I can
distance.
Yeah.
select or
And here
click
you
or
can see
something.
these unique chome pieces. For
Man,
example,
we need
these
those
here, so you
ornies,
can have a
man. We
little
get when we get the
seating
guild
area.
going, we got to rush to get those ornies built.
Oh, and we see the worm.
Ooh,
But we are
it is
safe
close,
in the air.
though. Oh my God, it's very close.
He can't get up here, so everything is all right. All right, so I'm gonna head
Nice.
over to an Atreides base.
It's awesome.
By the way, I have the sunset die, the swatch for the thopter. So, and this is part of the pre-order reward. So now, yeah, we see the worm below us actually. That's quite fun.
A bit too
Safe
close.
up there. Just don't go. You're not safe in the area if you're too close. Just we mentioned that just now. Like, yeah, if you get into the beta, you can test how close you can get with the ornithopter to the
Yeah.
storm before, to the worm before it's.
So our thopter here has a couple of modules. It has a boost, so I can fly faster. The clue there is not to overheat. And I have a scanner. You can just scan a little bit and then reveals resources as you go. You can
So if
see
you guys
the
don't already know, I am
decent
also
on
part of
this.
the Funcom creator program.
So we're just
That was like
flying
the
towards
first thing I got
shield wall.
access to.
I built a big Atreides base up
So
here.
yeah, that's pretty
right
cool,
now,
right?
This is a trade post we see in front of us. So this is an important location for players because you can find trainers here. You can trade. You can find contracts.
Funcom
all
is
sorts
so
of
awesome.
things.
It's a
You-
hub for
like they're
activities
embracing
in the
even
region,
if someone
right?
shows passion for the game,
On her right,
like
here
they'll
we
even
have
if
the
you're a
Middle
small
Stab.
time streamer or something or YouTuber, they're like
And on our
still
left we
embrace you
have,
like you're a big guy.
Misotrade
It's
and
crazy.
the Udam. And then we
Well,
have,
for the most part.
the shield wall up
Even
here.
though I did
So
fly
now you can
myself
actually
out
see-
to
you can
Oslo,
see
but
my
that's because I'm a
base
Super
here
Dune fan.
coming into view. Built a big Atreides base here. This is this is using all 6 land claim areas.
Tax
So
write-off.
This is basically it's filling out. You can build a little bit bigger, but not a lot. So, and here you can really see the verticality. You see I built along the cliff here, and you can see the Atreides wings. So these jut out. And you see the unique Atreides colors here.
That's great for that spot.
It's a nice spot, and it gives you a view of the whole, almost the whole map, right?
A new
So-
really great vantage point. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I'm gonna settle down here. So just a quick look at here. You can see the Atreides.
I don't know,
pieces
Lumberdan,
as
that
they
looks
have
pretty
been
pimp too, the
used, and
Atreides.
These are
Really
unique.
big. They're
And
very
they have
big
unique
too.
walls. These wings. Everything is unique here. So in the base here, for example, here I have the biggest vehicle fabricator right here. So it's a huge platform.
Some water storage there as well, I see.
Yeah.
Large water tanks.
And here the Atreides assault ornithopter with rocket pods there. So, and yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna show you a little bit around this space. Actually, I want to show the front of it a little bit to show off the gate, because the Atreides gate I really love. I just want to take a quick look at it here from this side as well, because the hawk of the Atreides gate is really, it's both creative and sort of majestic. Cool here, so you can see.
Well, I prefer the Harkonnen, just saying. But,
Yeah, we're gonna show off another Harkonnen base soon also. But I've been promising you some decorations, so we're gonna take a look at them. So
You still see the combination of the functional there as well, with the
Yes.
the wind traps and the turbines.
you can see the creativity here too, or
Yeah.
like the eye for building as well, because some people might just stack them next to each other somewhere down in the basement.
Yeah.
And here we have like, well, obviously not the.
You're lucky Tor Egil here isn't in the competition, right? That'd be
Well,
tough.
there's some pretty good.
There you go. We could
contestants
do
there.
that. Yeah, we could do that for the future though. Like we need Tor
Maybe.
Egil.
That'd be something.
So here
Oh,
I've
this is
decorated an Atreides room. It's using both Atreides decorations and the Caladan Palace set.
Right, the one that you get when you pre-order.
Yes, you get it in the Ultimate Edition. So actually here I have the Terrarium
And the Muad'Dib as well.
You can see him in there. There he is.
Yes.
And yeah,
Another.
the Caladan Palace set is big. It has both building pieces and these decorations, so I can show you some unique things from it. For example, it has these unique wood panels that you can put on your walls. It has, you can see a portrait here. I think this is Paul's grandfather, Leto.
Leto the first, was it?
And yes. So you can see these are part of the Caladan Palace
Damn.
set. These nice furniture.
That's like a freaking mansion.
And even some roof pieces. This roof piece, and these doors. So it's a fully functional.
I'm waiting
you know,
from
can build fully
I'm waiting
functional
for
rooms with
Monster
it.
Rig to be built by
But,
CLX.
and these
by Stream Entry.
holograms.
Oh, nice. Marcelo Mercury.
You can see
It moved.
the
It's
decorations here.
moved really
you can
bad.
basically go pretty crazy. You
It's
can put
moved
together all sorts of things, bookcases,
like robots.
banners, holograms,
What's move like robots?
glow globes.
I don't know what that
And
means.
up here we have a unique piece which is like a fresco.
Say or
Players will be able
In
to
2020,
get access to this
nice.
Eventually.
eventually.
Yes.
and neat.
That's a great looking piece, though.
It is though. The
And
mural is
neat.
fantastic. It's very beautiful.
What's
It's
that?
really
I don't know
big
what that
too,
means.
It's huge. Yeah. Yeah. This is
So-
amazing. I think we should maybe move over to
Sorry, I don't know what
a
that means.
Harkonnen base now as well,
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
because let's go Harkonnen. No.
Yes. I
Just
built,
to see the contrast as
yes,
well.
it's a
like-
That's the good
contrast.
side, right?
That's the right side.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, we're getting some folks in the stream now. Welcome
Cool.
to the stream, everybody.
There we go.
Just watching the
Harkonnen
recap
base
from
now.
Funcom, which was
Cool. Now we have
earlier
Camilla
today.
beside the Harkonnen base.
Welcome to the
Yeah, so he's
YouTube
just gonna
and
start
Twitch,
off,
whatever you're on, or
with a
TikTok.
little bit of interior here. So I built some nice rooms. There's the biggest spice refinery, by the way, on the right there. It's huge.
You need space for that one.
Yes, a massive base.
Quite a few stories tall, that one.
Yes. Yeah, you need space for that one.
But yeah, we can see we're inside the Harkonnen structure. We're going to see it from the outside also. And we can take a look at the unique Harkonnen decorations.
They must. What must they do?
So,
They must what?
for example, straight ahead here, I have a little
Mr.
bedroom.
Marcelo?
You can see bed, and the style is very different.
Very dark.
Yes.
Yes.
The
It
whole dark Harkonnen architect. Yep,
but
there
it
you
has
go.
a lot of unique details.
More
the-
rounder shapes.
It's just
Yes.
more organic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
much
while
more.
the Atreides one is very
Yeah.
like military, very like edges and
Just like the movie.
It's a little office.
It's very
here,
similar to the movies.
and
They
on
did
the
a pretty good job on that.
Put in a few more lights with holograms and like a dining area here. So you see, it has a fully fledged set of decorations. I think you have to, you have to align with the faction to unlock these, and then you purchase them from their quartermasters, right, Leo?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
You have
So, yeah.
to work your way up the
You can
ranks.
take a quick trip outside. You can. Camille here, he has a Harkonnen ornithopter.
Oh, my favorite.
So
That's a nice looking one.
I love that so much
Yeah.
because it actually looks like a dragonfly. It actually looks
does.
like
Yeah.
an
Oh, that
insect.
is cool.
You get that in the same way, right?
Yes.
Progressing through the ranks and
Yes,
unlocking it.
exactly.
yeah. So here you can see the base. You have a ground section, and then as you go up, you see built up on the ledge there. I built another base basically, but they're all connected. If you keep to the same grid, you can connect over big areas and vertically. So this is just a tip to if you're in your building, just keep on the same grid, keep everything connected, and it will all match up. So you can see the unique round pieces here of the Harkonnen. Yeah, those decorated, those big heads are really awesome.
I agree.
And the gate with the huge face. You can see there.
Yeah, this is an amazing looking base.
It is though. Like
The
it's
first time I
huge.
saw it, I could hardly believe it.
Yeah, but also it's so much bigger than it looks from here because
Yeah.
you're like really outside in the ornithopter, and it's actually really
Yeah.
massive. It's super massive.
But this shows you can really be creative here,
Yes.
find a cool place, start building, and especially if you get into building, if you get a bit, experienced, you can do this in not too long. Like if you have the resources, I can build this in maybe a day and maybe a little bit more, but you
Yeah.
can build it quite quickly.
And it's really
Well, you were
tailored here.
experienced as well. Yeah.
I have built, it has helped building, dozens of cities in Conan Exiles.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's still, it's a thrill always to build in Dune Awakening, I think.
Talking about creativity, we have actually done a call to action
That base is
in
badass.
our internal beta, and we asked some of our, or like everyone really, we asked everyone in the beta to send us their buildings. So we're gonna do a contest.
Oh,
now
the character
where,
movements, okay.
Twitch chat, unfortunately.
Oh, the characters are
it's
okay.
not working on
Yeah,
YouTube
okay.
for whatever reason.
I guess I
we
could
apologize
kind
for
of
that, but
see that a
Twitch
little.
can vote. We will show you. We picked 5 of our favorites.
I know
that were
before
submitted.
earlier footage from
And
like
we
last
will
year, it
let
looked
you
pretty bad.
vote in chat. The first prize will get a Ultimate Edition for Dune Awakening, and the 4 runner-ups will all get a Deluxe Edition. Wait, what was that? Sorry. Yes.
So that's
So
mine
that's
again.
base
There we go.
number A. So
There we go.
There we go.
So now we go. Now we have it. So if you want to vote, you do exclamation mark A,
Oh,
B,
thank you
C,
to.
D, or E.
I don't even know how to say
in
that.
chat. And
Oh,
then you
I
vote
am
for
a-
that specific building. But obviously, wait
I am a
until
Shia 24th.
we see all of them,
Oh.
and then start voting.
Here we have a Harkonnen style base.
And it's
Well, thanks for
huge.
the follow.
Yeah.
So you can see the round shapes. It's
This is amazing.
I
Just
captured-
this view is really
I
fantastic.
captured this video yesterday, and there's lots of cool bases here, and they're really big. And just a thing to point out here, the servers are so full of bases. You see them everywhere basically. So it's really awesome to see how much people are building.
Also,
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that we have actually mostly judged by the look from the outside, plus also accessibility, how it will kind of work in the setup and everything, how it was built in the terrain, because we didn't really have as much. What is it called? We didn't
Focus on the
focus
interior.
that much on interior because not everyone had access to those. So we apologize for that in advance, and we definitely have more opportunities down the line. So here we have another Atreides space.
Yeah, and Submission B here has built a long wall similar to what I did for the.
Yeah,
Atreides
that
space.
was
You
from
can get
Twitch,
like a
and
really
then
nice view, like an overhang.
I gotta go in there and kind of
and
tweak
yeah,
it.
It's pretty big.
YouTube
also,
can
this.
get. I can get it
And
too
you
if I
can see
get
the
subs on
unique,
Twitch on YouTube
Atreides
too. I just gotta make
pieces.
sure. I don't think I have that
It's really cool to
set.
see how
I do have that
creative
set up, I
the
believe,
players are,
but
and,
Absolutely.
Maybe I can
and
go in there
as,
and mess with it.
You know, after launch, we'll just see more and more of it.
Also, this one,
Yeah.
a
Well,
that's a great
fantastic
looking one.
point.
Yeah.
A fantastic point as well to choose for your building because it has such an amazing view from up there.
Yeah. And this is showing how you can use even the
Beautiful.
angular pieces to make a bit more organic shapes on a larger scale, right? Which they clearly have done here.
In this space, they've actually combined a little bit of Harkonnen with Atreides.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. which is possible if you
If you betray one
Yeah.
faction.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is built in the Udam, so it's a very creative region there.
Also, this one.
I'm gonna mess with it later.
Obviously, maybe hard to tell which faction this is for.
Yeah.
The eagle here is quite
It's
stunning.
a little bit
I
of a
think.
giveaway,
Yeah.
regarding
The Atreides
what
Hawk, I
faction
mean,
that
yeah.
is. It's very cool.
It's cool. This one has a good interior also, this base. So I
Yes.
did a capture here going up, showing off a little bit here.
You see that a little.
Some great balconies here too.
Yeah.
It's just a really great usage of the space as well. And here we have another Harkonnen one.
We have a huge garage there, it looks
Yeah.
like, as well.
Can
That's
really
nice.
fly thopters in
Yeah.
there.
That's
It's
great.
like you can actually fit the carrier into that one.
This is built in the very corner of the shield wall, and there you can see a really nice interior there. So, it's a huge base. The tower is staggeringly tall.
Oh yeah.
And this is, remember, if you just increase your base, the land size vertically, you can keep on building up.
So, as I mentioned, we have actually chosen 5 that we showed you now, but we also want to show you some of the honorable mentions that we really liked as well, but they didn't make it into the top 5. This is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
It's very creative.
Very
Pineapple.
spiky. Yeah.
Wasn't there was a little thing that I think Ignacy wanted to put on this? It's like, is this the fit? There we go.
Yeah,
Favorite
there we go.
pizza topping. I took it.
That's great.
Perfect. Favorite pizza topping. There is no discussion.
Oh, look
Pineapple
at
blossom
that.
pizza.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is-
really cool
it-
too.
yeah,
Very
it-
creative.
It's built with Atreides pillar foundations to make this sort of lattice work here.
I
It's
love
very
that.
creative.
I love that a lot. as
Just a
well.
bit of a cage feeling to
It
it.
shows you
Yeah.
can just go nuts if you want to.
And this one, of
Yes.
course.
Oh wow.
Like the scorpion. Yes. It's
Yeah.
just absolutely crazy. Like.
It's really
That's
cool.
very creative.
And
Yeah.
that's like the beta testers. Imagine once the game releases and we have like
That's incredible.
millions, I don't know how people play a game, but it's like I just can't wait to see what players will create. I mean, this is just
This one I hear is a dedicated toilet.
that's a toilet.
Yes. So I did take a photo of myself there.
That's amazing.
Hey, Fab Raptor,
Nice for the passerby,
I made you a
right?
mod.
And then a little homage to Shai Hulud, obviously. Also absolutely fantastic, so creative.
Yeah, it's really cool.
After being eaten too many times.
Yeah, I know. It's
Please
just
not
like,
again. I'll build a statue.
It's like a prayer thing. It's
Yeah.
like if I'm. All right, so we are closing the poll in a few seconds, and it seems we have a clear winner actually. Yeah, so it looks like.
Let's see.
Do we have the
He was, I
results?
think he was
Yeah,
wonder who it
that
is.
first invite. I was trying to.
46%.
The invite was we'll do that later on actually when we play
Can
the
we show
game.
that again,
Oh
maybe?
wow.
We
That's
can
the
do like
pineapple.
we can do
Yes,
like.
so this is the base built in
cross
Udam. This
There
Stream
we
if we
go.
want.
Yes.
Congratulations
comes out.
to
Nice.
option
Yeah.
I wonder how many
C,
people we could
who
actually have
won
running on a.
an ultimate
on a- like a
edition of
split
Dune
screen or
Awakening.
whatever.
And everyone else
That'd be kinda
in
fun.
those top 5, like the 4 runner-ups, will get a deluxe edition as well. So thank you so much. And also we have a surprise for the honorable mentions. They will all get a standard edition as well. Plus a little surprise for everyone in the beta who has submitted a build who didn't make it into the stream. We have a little surprise for you as well. More on that in the Discord though. There will be a message for you later.
A small comment on the winner
They
there.
have these big
It
bases
was
from
a
that
lot
last
of
beta, and I had
decorated
like a
interiors.
frickin'
That base
crappy
had-
little
the
square
builder
base.
had really
I'm very
put effort
I'm a
in.
very functional
yes,
guy.
I'm actually, I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit sad that we couldn't put more weight on interior design, but it was just not fair to the ones who didn't have those unlocked. So we couldn't really do that. Again, as I mentioned, you'll have more opportunities, but some of the interior designs that we saw in the submissions are absolutely mind-blowing. And maybe we will probably have, I would assume we will have a post
We
sometime
are having
down the
quite a
line
few
where we
people
show
watching
those
right now, guys.
buildings a little bit more and also like
We're
show
at
some of the
a
interior
total
design. I think
count
that would be
17.
very cool.
or
But
so
yes,
total
I think
across all the platforms. Pretty
we
good.
can wrap up the building segment here. Leo and Torikil, thank you so very much for being here and talk to us about building. And we are going into the next segment, which is story and narrative. And for that, we actually gonna watch another trailer first.
Oh, here we go.
So then, you're not quite dead.
Great plots are afoot in the Imperium. And the currents of intrigue run deeply. You will go to Arrakis as our agent. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper.
You were sighted fleeing the scene of a terrible crash. Who are you?
You've heard the expression, the spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so.
I dreamed of you. Burst in fire. Twin comets in the sky. The seer of lies. I am terrified of what happens when you awaken.
Who's that, Chani? Who's that?
We've all lost our way. You can complete the mission.
Every person carries their past with them. Who are you?
Listen, Agaib.
And welcome back after this fantastic trailer. It's probably one of my favorite trailers because I am very much interested in the story and cinematics as well. And I'm very excited to have two guests here now with me to talk about just that. So first of all, we have Leah Talbot, Associate Lead Narrative Designer. Leah, you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Leah Talbot. So I've been working at Funcom for about 2 years now. And yeah, before that, I worked for a couple of years at Ubisoft, same in narrative. But yeah, this is behind me now. I'm very happy to be working on Dune.
Oh, we're happy to have you. Stole you away. Very happy to have you. And then also we have Niels Ryborg here, who is a producer for character narrative and cinematics as well. So he has lots to talk to us about as well. Niels?
A little bit of everything. Hello, I'm Nils. I've been with Funcom for, I think, 5 years now? Something like that?
Probably.
Hard to keep track. For this, I worked at Paradox Interactive, also stolen away by the greedy Norwegians, but very happy to be here.
Sorry, not sorry. Yes, so talking about the story, of course, we also have to talk about
the alternative
timeline. Yes, and it's a little bit of a edge to walk. It's a bit of a balance for us, of course, because we want to talk about story and narrative, but also we don't want to spoil anything. That would be a shame. But Leah, talk to us about the alternate timeline.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So if you haven't seen some of the cinematics yet, basically you will be exploring the universe of Dune as you already know it. However, as opposed to the story of the books or the movies that you all already know, this version of the Dune universe is a bit different because of one
A little
big.
A little bit.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit. A little bit different.
Oh yes, a little bit different because of one major event.
Is she French or something?
One choice that Jessica made to bear a daughter instead of a boy. So there is no Paul in this timeline of ours. So this, in turn, allowed Jessica to be rewarded with training as a truth-sayer by the Bene Gesserit, the order to which she belongs. And this knowledge has allowed her to see through Dr. Yue's deception. And this is how the Atreides were warned ahead of time of what was going to happen. And they managed to survive the battle of Arrakis. So in our timeline, Duke Leto is alive, the Atreides are still around, and the Harkonnen as well, because they are not giving up on Arrakis. They are very set on claiming the planet back. And this is basically where we start up in the game. We are stuck in
Shilanus, welcome to the stream. The only thing I wish we knew at this point is skill point cap. Oh, he said that. He said there's a cap, so I can begin planning. I think they said
launching the players. So
Joe Bylas said that in a stream, guys.
That you already know. Some of them are still alive.
Did he say it caps at 200?
Peter De Vries, who wasn't
or something like that? I think he said 200.
Story.
Am I wrong about that?
minor
He said that in one of the streams. He might have said that with Pirate Software interview.
Is around, so,
in the Pirate Software interview, at the recent one, I think he said.
That you can actually
don't quote me on it, but I think he said it caps at 200.
There was a specific decision why we actually did that, right? Maybe Nils, you can comment on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So really, everything with this alternate timeline is built around the idea that we need to get some kind of player agency into the game, right? So people familiar with the books or with the movies know that Paul, inevitably becomes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the trees specifically, yeah. There's limits.
The future as it's going to.
They did say that. So you can't max every tree out.
Who are fans of the later books, they know how he.
They're probably gonna have a thing where you can reset some points or something. I bet you'll have that.
He knows that it's going to happen, right?
But I think your overall level can hit 200. I think.
Game, it should be.
Yeah, but the trees,
I
think,
less about
the intel points.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sure how limited that's going to be, though. They didn't say specifically.
It would kind of suck if all the decisions that you go in and try and make don't really amount to anything because everything is already.
I'm going to be maxing out Mentat for sure.
Getting rid of Paul gives us the ability to have a story that is actually more dynamic. Suddenly, who you ally yourself with and the people you choose to help or not to help, it can all kind of have an actual real impact on the story, right? And it's been really interesting because it's also kind of changed how we work with the just with the IP holders, for instance, right? So. We work with the Herbert estate, of course, to kind of go through everything story-related, make sure everything's signed off and happy. But our conversations, due to this choice, become much more frequently about what are the natural consequences of the world that's been created from Paul not existing, as opposed to just being like, hey, is this in the book? Yes, no. So
from that beta I played Friday, my favorite was the Mentat and Planetologist.
It's also nice that we got that stamp of approval from the Herberts as well, right? So not people got to say well, they just did whatever they wanted, which is not the case really, because we did kind of throw it back as well, and there is reasons for that change that are very important for the game as a whole.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting, right? To kind of get in and delve into the world where. Like Leia was mentioning, right? Like we've got characters like Peter De Vries or Duncan Idaho who are still around. They're not dead. Spoiler.
I said that before. That Duncan was probably alive. They just spoiled it right there.
Opportunity to potentially meet and talk to some of them.
Also, talking about meeting people that you know, you do not necessarily have to know the Dune universe, right? Like you can still jump into the game and it will still be interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, we are, for all the Dune fans out there, we pay very close attention to the lore. Obviously, writing something, an alternate timeline, is not basically a creative license to do whatever we want. So we stay faithful to Frank's books in particular, but for the whole to the whole canon in general. And for the newcomers, the people who don't know Dune.
So basically, they're only allowed to tweak a little bit of it in this story. They're allowed to tweak that one little point, but they have to stay true to the actual Dune world universe. That's pretty cool, right?
A lot of the concepts ourselves, obviously, when they become relevant. Otherwise, the player will just get to explore the world and learn about all those things by themselves. And so they shouldn't be scared of playing this game.
Exactly.
They will be welcomed with open arms.
So we can say that we have actually, especially for the survival game genre, which we're not only survival game, but for the survival game genre, we have a very important and really laid out and thought through story, including like cinematics and full voiceovers and everything. So do you have to play through the story, or I'm pretty sure people will?
So, like most games, we have an introduction, which is basically the main story, telling you how to play the game. Basically, a big tutorial teaching you how to survive on Arrakis. You will need some guidance, let me tell you. This is not an easy task. And the main story is there in the beginning to guide you a little bit and help you get your bearings in this very hostile world. But then past a certain point, when you've acquired all the schematics that you need, you basically don't have to follow the main story if this is not your thing, if you are just a hardcore survival player. Yeah, I agree, obviously. I think you absolutely should play the main story. I think it's great. I think it's a lot of fun. It's full of surprises and little twists.
Oh, I agree,
so
yes.
Please do play it.
Especially if you want to know what your role is in this whole world. I think it's very interesting to play through the story. But it's nice that you have the option to choose, because if you're not that interested in story-driven, in the story-driven part of the game, you don't have to later on, which I also think is nice for people who really are not interested in. But again, do it. Like really, you will regret it if you don't. Just let me put that out there. But anyway, talking about main story, are there other narrative or story elements that you can experience in the game?
Yes, of course.
As if I didn't know the answer.
No, I mean, exactly. But like, of course, we're making a survival game. It's not necessarily a genre that is like super focused on storytelling normally, but we're also working with the Dune IP. And it would be such a waste not to make full use of it, right? Like 100%. This is a very personal and political and philosophical IP, and we try and really emulate that in a lot of the both gameplay choices, but also in the story choices, right? So like was already mentioning, part of the way we tutorialize you into kind of how to survive on Arrakis, it's kind of driven both through gameplay and story kind of intermingling. You need to do a bit of story in order to get to the game. You need to do a bit of game to get into the story, right? And we continue kind of with this philosophy for most things. Like survival is not something that you do entirely on your own. Humans have never really done that, right? And so other people will be involved, other characters. And the second you have characters involved, drama, stories kind of naturally unfold. One of the things, for instance, story-wise that you can get into is, at the start of the game, you pick what your background is. Where are you from? Who are you? Who is your mentor? Right? Who your mentor is decides what your starting ability is. But unlike certain MMOs, we're not really class-based. You're not locked into like, I am this person. You have the ability to learn really anything from most of the great schools, which is, in my opinion, really cool. But if you want to learn the kind of the weirding ways of the Bene Gesserit,
there he is, Star Wars Marvel Pierce. What's up? What's up?
Or anything of that kind. If you're familiar with the IP, you'll know like these are skills that are.
I was still watching yours last night for a minute, for a long while.
If you want to learn them, you're going to need a teacher, a trainer. And if you want someone to invest the kind of time in you, you need to convince them that you're worth their time, right? So we've got storylines revolving around, Bene Gesserit, sword masters, mentats, and so on, existing on Arrakis that you need to track down, find, convince that you are worthy of their time, and help them out a
This
bit.
was
and
the
then we'll hook you up.
Funcom live stream this earlier
And
today.
those are not just like side
They're
quests as
talking
well, but
about some
also,
of the
I was kind of
building in
blown
the
away
game
just
and the.
throwing that out there
You missed it
because
earlier,
I'm
but they
a
showed
sword
a lot of
master.
the
Some of you
building
might know who
mechanics of the
saw
game,
combat stream.
and
I'm
then
also
this is
a master, and I
these
had
are the
to
people
go
that did
out
the
and
story
actually work on getting
where they didn't really.
kind of my faction up, so to speak.
They were only allowed to change a few little things for the game story.
Fully
But everything else they had,
so that was actually pretty
they
cool.
had to keep it
they're
pure
not
to the
super
Dune
long, so
books,
don't
which
get
is kind of
worried
cool,
that
right?
You have to sit through like hours of cinematics or so. But I thought that was very cool. I have to say, like again, I was very surprised about that specifically.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we're kind of passionate about is characters having a purpose, right? So even with the launch offering of the game, we're not going to be done with some of these characters just with launch. You will see some of these becoming a recurring cast over the future as well.
Exciting. So, Leah, some other things that we can expect, story and narrative-wise?
Yeah, I mean, it's still an open world game. As such, it doesn't just have the main story. It has, as Niels mentioned, a lot of different content, side quests, people you meet, factions you'll encounter. This is a world that is in turmoil, that is always off balance. There is no like big power keeping all of these people in order. So there's a bit of a power vacuum. So there's a lot going on in this world, and we make sure to pack it with a lot of content and a lot of lore. We have the CommuniNet, for example, which is the local radio. We have a bunch of different channels playing Atreides or Harkonnen propaganda, and those are very fun to listen to while you're mining away, surviving, sweating, dying in the desert, being eaten by a worm. Well, at least you'll be seen.
Not so much fun.
By the voice of on the other side of the radio.
Yeah, talking about the CommuniNet, or
we were listening to that radio station the other night when I was playing that game. It's pretty funny, right?
That you get, like doing the Swordmaster or Mentor questline specifically. We just recently did release the first episode of 5 Days at Carthage. Which is also exciting because it actually tells you a little bit about the background.
Yeah, that's what we were listening to, the 5 Days of Carthage.
Well.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, so I mean, as with any developer of any game, right, like we're very passionate about the stories and the lore that we built up. But of course, not everybody's interested in going around and reading every little text snippet that you put into the game. At some point, it becomes a bit tedious. We understand that as well, right? And, 5 Days of Carthage, fun little radio play on the Harvester Guild radio, is a kind of a fun way of helping introduce a little bit of that backstory, right? So, like we were mentioning before, this is a game, this is a world where the Atreides and the Harkonnen are in an active conflict. Now, people familiar with the map of Arrakis know that Carthage, which is the Harkonnen kind of stronghold, and Arrakis, which is where the Atreides are based out of, they're way too close together for these conflicts to kind of really feel good and natural. So for pragmatic reasons, Carthage kind of needed to go. And so Carthage's been destroyed. They're building a new Carthage a bit further away, which is really cool. And there's, of course, a bunch of story explaining how this all happened. And with 5 Days of Carthage, you get the officially approved by the Empire story of what happened.
Officially approved.
They've gone through
might
every...
or might not be.
Well, I wouldn't comment on that. That would be spoiler territory.
Don't get any soda cars my way. Yeah, don't send the soda cars my way. But so one thing that I personally think is very exciting. So it also goes a little bit into the trailer because when I first heard some of the segments for some of the cinematics of one of the characters that was also featured in the trailer, I was like, I know that voice. I knew it because I played. Oh, I'm actually just touching my microphone. Apologies to the viewers. I recognized immediately that's Reinhardt from Overwatch. And then I saw also like when we actually released the story trailer, there were so many comments on YouTube as well. Like, that's what is his name, Valkyrian or something? Yeah, but the Destiny 2 character Valkyrian, I think, or something. Anyway, I haven't played Destiny 2 that much, but there were so many people recognizing the Paul immediately. And besides him, which has an absolutely fantastic voice, we have quite a lot of voice actors. I mean, we have a huge cast of amazing voice actors, and there's just a few that, yes, absolutely. And there's a few in there that are very easily recognizable. One of them, I think she is actually in 5 Days of Karthak, is I again remember her as Symmetra from Overwatch.
Anjali Bhimani. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
She's fantastic. She does a really good job in that play, and overall, the whole cast we've been working with has been fantastic. I mean, you've mentioned a couple of them already.
Kitten. I'm sorry, that's also a little bit, it's not a spoiler, it's just like part of one of the cinematics we get in.
Yeah, I mean, people who played the closed beta will be familiar with who this character is. I will not go into the spoiler territory, but it's voiced by the wonderful Mara Junot, who any session.
Evelyn from League of Legends.
Yes, she does a fantastic job on that one as well.
Yeah.
I think she's been in a couple of different things.
Absolutely
God of War,
fantastic.
Arcane,
Yeah, tons.
all
Like
sorts
pretty
of
much
things.
all those voice actors have a huge. So we are very fortunate and very.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel very privileged to have these voice actors in game. One last one I want to mention though, which is actually. He was part of one of my favorite game series ever, and he voiced one of my favorite game characters ever in Mass Effect. Garrus.
Yes. Renan Keener, he's fantastic. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Oh, they got him in this game?
People
His
who
voice?
are a fan of the Atreides.
Mass Effect, man, that was the best. Like,
very well acquainted.
Part 1 was the best one of all those, but 2 was okay. I never beat 3 actually. I heard it wasn't as good.
Yes,
I started it but never beat it.
When you come to like one of the first trade posts, you there's a really cool cinematics. I don't want to spoil that either. But there's a very cool little
maybe I should go back and play Mass Effect 3.
Atreides rep and the Harkonnen rep that he might or might not be part of. Who knows? But anyway, talking about that, Leah, talk about the factions a little bit and how they play into.
Yeah, as we've mentioned before, the Atreides and the Harkonnen are still around. They are kind of the big, iconic houses of Dune, so they had to be here, obviously. And you, as a player, had to be able to join them if you want. Of course, this is all of this is optional, but still. You can try to tip the scale a little bit in favor of one of these houses, which again are embroiled in this long, exhausting war. It's been 10 years, so we are 10 years after the Battle of Arrakis. That's when we start the game. So it's been quite a long time, and both houses have exhausted a lot of their resources. They are tired. They want a way out. And you're going to explore an Arrakis that's basically war-torn, that's been really shaped by this war. And you, as a player, you will be able to pick a side. So you won't be able to play both sides. Sorry. Let's say that the choice doesn't have to be permanent if you don't want it to be, but betrayal has consequences, and that's all I'm going to say about this.
Yes, but I think also another thing that is probably for you as narrative designer and storytellers is very interesting, that we do have both factions still on the planet, because it gives you more time to also explore their, what drives them, what are their ambitions, and also maybe that things are not always as black and white as some people might think, right, Niels?
I mean, like Leah was mentioning, right? Like it's been 10 years. They've been going at this for a decade. People familiar with the kind of original books will know that it wasn't just that the House Harkonnen themselves decided that they just wanted to get rid of the Atreides. There were larger forces at play, and that is still the case, kind of in the lead up to our story. I mean, the Emperor kind of didn't really want the Duke around. He was a bit of a threat, right? Now, in our version of the story, the Atreides kind of survived that assault, which puts the Emperor in a very awkward situation, which is why he's kind of force this war to be allowed, quote unquote, right? It distracts everybody. They're fighting each other. But now the Harkonnen are stuck in a
Fabulous
long war.
Raptor,
They're
yeah.
exhausting all their
There's a
resources.
little over a
The
month to
Atreides,
finish
they're kind of forced
game
into a world
on
where, like, hey,
how to play. Yeah.
I can't just be
No better time
the,
than now.
honorable kind of white knight all the time. I'm
Well,
stuck
I'm
in
trying
a
to.
decade-long
I might
war.
play that, or
Sometimes
I
they're
could
gonna make
stream it.
choices
Maybe I
that are,
live stream
not
Mass
as
Effect
pretty
3
as
on
they would
here
like,
on
and with
the
enough
Twitch
time,
side of the house on my
reality
channel.
starts to set in.
Would you guys watch
you
that?
Don't come out of a war unscathed. Yeah, you'll get to explore a lot of kind of the effects of a long war and kind of how it's affected both of the sides as you get into the early mid parts of the game and then throughout it afterwards. So look forward to it. We put a ton of effort into it, and we're very excited.
Yeah, and maybe it's, as we mentioned, always so black and white in regards to who are the bad guys and who are the good guys. Maybe the things are kind of gray, and
I'll let you guys decide.
yes,
I wouldn't put any of that on the YouTube side though, because I'm keeping that kind of all just Dune pure. But
yeah,
but I would stream that on the Twitch side for sure.
So I think that's a good point, because we actually ended with the factions, and we're gonna go soon into our next segment, which is also close to which will also include the Landsrat. So we'll discuss factions again there. But before we do that, Leah, Niels, thank you so much for making time for us and for chatting with me about the story and the narrative. I hope that future players are really excited, and that some of you who might not be that interested in story normally will just still give it a go, because I really do feel it is worth it. It's fun. There is some really cool voice actors. There's some really great cinematics, fully voiced. Even in the smaller part, like we just discussed, like the mentor storylines, side quests and things. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to. All right, before we jump into the next segment, however, we will have another quick video for you.
She's staring at it. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and after this video, guys, I'm gonna pause this and
For those who do.
and we're gonna finish the rest of this tomorrow evening. So maybe I'll do release date Star Wars. It's June 10th, and if you buy the deluxe edition, it's June 5th.
Once you're dead.
So we only got a month away.
If the sands don't take you, the storms will swallow you whole.
There's an open beta on Steam on May 9th through the 12th. So that's coming up next weekend. Next weekend there's a big 4-day open beta. There'll be streaming and everything.
There is opportunity.
Hey, so maybe tomorrow night what I'll do is we'll watch the rest of this live stream, and then maybe I'll kick into Mass Effect 3 for a little bit on the Twitch side tomorrow night.
This planet. But Arrakis is yours to explore. To fight for. To conquer. But there are forces beyond even your control.
The worm. There it is right there, June 10th. Star Wars Marvel Pierce, you remember frickin' Star Wars Galaxy. Remember when Star Wars was actually still fun?
And it will open your mind. This is your path to awakening.
Alrighty, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, so thanks for showing up tonight. So we're gonna finish the rest of this video. It's about what, about an hour left. There's still like an hour left of this thing. So tomorrow evening we're gonna watch the rest of this live stream, and then yeah, I might kick into Mass Effect 3 maybe tomorrow night. Who knows? I own the game. I got it on EA. I've had it for a while. The new edition, the remaster. It's got to reinstall it. Yeah, maybe I'll try to beat Mass Effect 3 before well, it'll be about the same time, about 9ish, 9:10, 9:20 Central. I usually can go from around 9 till 11ish. Now, when Dune comes out, I'll probably push it a little bit in the beginning, especially when the Dune comes out. When Dune Awakening comes out, I'll probably be playing it any second I can. And then I have a busy kind of job, so it's kind of a long story. But like the I have to manage all that. I got full family, and well, my oldest son's out of the house, but my I still got a 12-year-old, and then my wife. Yeah, so there's actually something I was gonna look up here and tell you guys. There's something I forgot. There's something I was gonna say to the group, and then I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. On my Twitch channel. Hey, I started adding actual panels and tabs to my Twitch channel, cleaning that up. I'm gonna go and customize that and make them clickable. And then, yeah, so I'm getting a little bit better on Twitch side, guys. I'm trying here. I customized those little tabs if you guys are on the Twitch side watching right now. So I appreciate that. If you scroll down there, you can see my little info tabs and things. I'm gonna make those a little bit more interactive, and you can click them and things. So yeah, I'm cleaning it up. I'm putting my big boy pants on. So on the Twitch side, Twitch is complicated. There's a bunch of crap on Twitch. YouTube's way easier. YouTube is way easier than Twitch. Twitch has got all kinds of things in the background going on. So yeah. Well, everyone, I will see you guys tomorrow evening. I'm gonna install this Mass Effect right now. I think I'm gonna do it, guys. I think I'm gonna do it. Or if they gave me this loot crate key for this new game that's out, that's supposedly good. This what's it called? This, where is it at? Something 80s Expedition 33, whatever. So Expedition 33, Clair Obscure, it's supposed to be this awesome RPG kind of game out right now. That people were loving it. I requested a key because I'm part of this loot crate. I'll see if they give it to me or not. But if they do, I'll be playing that too. But man, when Dune comes out, it's all over, guys. All other games are going away, even if I don't beat them. I have 200 loot coins. Yeah, this loot crate is kind of interesting. Yeah, but I guess they're saying it's really good. This Expedition 33. Yeah, I wasn't really gonna do much news tonight, guys, but the big news is that there was something going on entertainment wise. I still got to go back and finish that movie Sinners. The vampire, but I might just end up waiting for that thing to go on digital. I'm lazy this week to go back to dude. It's work to go to the theater now. When you get older, it's like, oh, it's work. If it's not something you really, really care about. Dude, I'm so lazy. Like, I got the A-list at AMC. Like the top tier pay. I pay like a Netflix thing for AMC for a regular movie theater, and you get like no fees or online tickets and stuff. It's because I'm so lazy. I don't want to wait in line. I don't want to be around people. Because they're at the kiosks. I blow right by them. I'll walk right into the damn place, and I can go to the fast line for snacks. But the AMC here is incompetent, the people there, so they don't call you up first, like if you're in the fast line. It's stupid, right? And I'm like the top tier. I pay for it, and then I don't even get like. Oh, I complained on them. Actually, I sent a Karen type email to these guys because I got that icy dropped on me at the movie theater. I didn't tell you guys, Star Wars Marvel purists. You probably, if you're still here, you didn't hear that story. I went to watch Sinners on Saturday night, the new vampire movie, whatever, and some lady or something happened where icy spilled and exploded in the seats. I didn't even have any food on me, and it got on me and other people, and I was the only person who reacted to it. Everybody else was like, ugh, and I was like, what the hell? Who just threw this icy? And then I stood up and I was looking around and I was like, what the hell? In the middle of the movie, and I was like, I'm out of here. I walked out to the front and I was like, I told the manager, because I had icy all over the left side of my body. And I was like, what the hell? So I thought at first someone threw it. And I was like, oh, crap. It's like Minecraft type people or something in the back throwing shit. Even though it's not a Minecraft. But then I think it was the lady next to me. I think she might have had her drink in her popcorn bucket. And she had the popcorn bucket on a seat between us. Right? And I think the seat, like, the tension of the seat, this is the only thing I can think of. I think the seat snapped closed because, and it exploded the freaking icy. It got on like the people all around us, and me too. You know, at first I thought someone chucked it, and then I was like, I looked back and I was like, this wasn't Minecraft. So, you know, people were throwing stuff in Minecraft. Like, this is just a vampire movie. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So I think it was that second option. I got my money back. I had icy on me. I'm not going to sit in the theater sticky. So I went home. So I only watched like the first 20 minutes of the movie. It seemed pretty good, I guess. It seemed a little, I mean, it had a little bit, it had politics stuff in it a little bit, like from the 30s. If you catch my drift. But overall, I was like, okay, whatever. Those are the times back then, I guess. But it was like interesting. The characters are kind of interesting and stuff. So it was kind of. I like the two. Well, they're, you know, he actually played a cool little mafia kind of mob hitman. The two brothers. It's just what's his face. It's I can't think of his name. The bad guy from Black Panther. The actor. He's in Creed and all that. What's that guy? Michael B. Jordan, right? Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he plays he plays two people. He plays a twin brother, but it's just one actor. They did like trickery, you know. But they have a cool backstory in the movie. So that's what I was kind of cool. I thought that part was kind of cool. They were from Mississippi, this town, and then I'm not gonna spoil it. Don't worry. I can't spoil it because I only watched 20 minutes of the movie. But they were two twin brothers that left that town in Mississippi to go to Chicago in the 30s, 1932, whatever it is. And then it kind of implies and tells that they were working for Al Capone, doing like they're mob enforcers up there in Chicago, and then now they're back home to kind of start a new life, kind of thing, or start a new hustle. Is what they're trying to do, something shady, because they're kind of like criminal guys. But I don't know what was gonna happen. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a, you know, from the trailers, kind of like a Dusk from Dusk Till Dawn thing. That's kind of like what it looks like, a rip off of, guys. Just a retelling or kind of tweaking of From Dusk Till Dawn. So it's like, okay, we see where this is going. But yeah, I mean, oh well. I was probably just wait till that thing comes on digital and buy it on Vudu. So I don't feel like going back to the theater for. I love vampire movies though. That's like a big thing, a passion of mine. But you guys don't understand. I watch the worst kind of vampire movies. The crappy, low budget. That looks like they filmed it with a freaking old iPhone, like ones on Tubi. It's like it's a guilty pleasure I have. I watch these worst low budget vampire movies on Tubi or wherever they're at. Sometimes they have them on Amazon. This horrible like B movies. They're horrible. But some of them are kind of hilarious. Just the acting. But yeah. Dude, you go on Tubi, so you can get like a free account on there. You go on Tubi, there's like 100 crappy, horrible vampire movies on there. Like USA Up All Night style crappy movies. Remember that back in the day? USA Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried. And then it was before him, I think it was like that blonde lady, Rhonda. This is Rhonda. Welcome to USA Up All Night. Dude, you guys remember that? There was a TV channel called USA Network back in the day for the younger people out there. And it had like an Up All Night channel movie. They play like Toxic Avenger or something or whatever, something crappy. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Nobody talks about that movie at all no more. Right? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Dude, everybody here, go YouTube after I get off the stream. YouTube Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And you'll know like what we grew up watching in the 80s. Stuff like that. Toxic Avenger, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Dude. Another movie with Charlie Sheen called The Wraith. That's not quite as cheesy as these. Where he has like the supercar. Lumberdan, I thought you're... Oh no, the other guy is the firefighter. I thought you're not in the US, Lumberdan? I thought you were in the US. It's Kato. Kato's the firefighter, right? You're not the firefighter. You're the... yeah. Kato isn't in the stream tonight. Well, I know you and Kato because you guys are my membership guys. Well, yeah, okay. You can't watch Cat Attack. Oh man, you guys just had an election up there that went all crazy, didn't it? I haven't been paying attention really too much. Man, but if anybody get a chance to watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or Toxic Avenger, I probably can't play it on here. I'm sure I'll get copywritten, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. Maybe I can play the it might not even be on YouTube. You gotta get yourself a VPN there, Lumberdan. Go get yourself ExpressVPN. Yeah, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is on YouTube. Probably the whole movie. Yeah. In 1963. This is horrible. I'm gonna get copywritten probably for this. Dude, this is a real movie. I don't care. I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out if...
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. They'll beat you, bash you, squish you, mash you, chew you up for brunch, and finish you off for dinner or lunch.
This is horrible.
They're marching down the halls. They're crawling.
Here, let's get to Let's cut to the tomatoes.
I do it. Can I do it?
It's horrible, right? Oh yeah, there's a tomato. Oh, he's dressed like a fake tomato. There's a tomato right there.
We've captured a
He's making
giant
voices.
tomato.
You hear it? Making noises? Making noises. Look at this. So bad. This is a real movie, guys. Yeah, you guys can watch it for yourself. I'm probably gonna get copyright. I'll cut it out of the video if I get copywritten. It's the worst movie ever made. The worst movie ever made is called Manos, The Hands of Fate. That's the worst movie ever made. My name is Torgo. The master is away. Dude. Here, let's watch the trailer for this movie. Let's watch the trailer for Manos. You guys don't understand. I know all the worst movies ever made. Look at this.
We're almost there, honey. Just a little while longer and your vacation starts.
Inside this magic circle keep.
So this is rated the worst film ever made in history.
I wonder where they're going.
Man, like there's nothing up that road.
I could have sworn we didn't make a wrong turn.
You must have. Where did the road go?
No need to get upset. We'll find it.
You know, we should have asked for better directions at the last gas station.
Listen, I've never gotten us lost before. Now look, the sign pointed this way.
Mike, let's go back to the crossroads and ask those kids we saw.
Okay, but I know we can't be wrong. Look, the sign pointed this way. Where did this place come from? Wasn't here a few minutes ago.
I don't care. Let's see if we can get some directions.
Torgo.
I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away.
We only want to know where Valley Lodge is.
Which way do we go?
There is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
No way out?
They're showing half the movie in the trailer.
You know, we could spend the night here, and then tomorrow we could...
Mike, I don't want to spend the night here. I don't like the looks of the place.
Well, it seems we have no alternative. Well, how about it, Torgo? Can we spend the night here?
I'll get the luggage.
The infamous Torgo theme.
I'll be glad to leave. I've had all of this place I want.
Madam, it will be very dangerous to leave now.
Are you guys still watching? Anyway. Oh, man, you guys, that's the worst. The only way to really watch that is on Mystery Science Theater. Because it's too hard to watch alone without somebody ripping on it. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm going to call it evening, and we'll be on back tomorrow night around 9-ish, 9:20-ish. Between 9 and 9:20, be back on to finish the Funcom stream. And maybe I'll show you another horrible movie example that we can check out. All right, everyone, I will see you tomorrow night.
Oh, sands of Arrakis, call my name. ancient power in your hands. Rivers dry where prophecies flow. In the darkness, let my courage show. Oceans buried deep within, sands will swirl where life begins. Voices from the past will guide in the desert, nowhere to hide. Empires rise and empires fall. In the spice I hear them call. Through betrayal and through faith I will carve my path, embrace my fate. Sands of Arrakis, call my name. In your endless ways I'll stake my claim. Destiny's thread weaves through time and space. Among the shrines I now embrace. The shrines I now embrace. Among the grace. Oh, sands of Arrakis, call my name. In your endless waves I'll stake my claim. Destiny's thread weaves through time and space. Among the tribes I now embrace. Oh, shining beneath the sands, ancient power in your hands. Rivers dry where prophecies flow. In the darkness, let my courage show. Oh, oceans buried deep within, sands will swirl where life begins. Voices from the past will guide in the desert, nowhere to hide. Shining beneath the sands, ancient power in your hands. Rivers dry where prophecies flow. In the darkness, let my courage show. In the desert, no